This is Break Fast, a segment about how long I fasted before breaking, how much weight I've lost since my last fast, what foods I'm breaking it with, and how many calories I consumed, how long my eating window was, my weight after refeed, how I'm feeling, and what's next. Everybody, welcome to episode 16 of Break Fast. Episode 16, which means I have now done 16 consecutive 90 plus hour back-to-back fasts. For anybody who's wondering how long that has taken me, that is well over 2 months at this point. Now, I have been fasting for almost 9 months now, but this is the longest I've ever gone doing like consecutive 90s. Anyway, let's jump into the numbers here. So on June 5th, that was when I ended my last 90-hour fast. That lasted me 91 hours and 22 minutes, and I weighed in at 138.6 pounds. If we look back at the last 90-hour fast, I weighed in at 139.4 pounds, so it was a net loss of 0.8 pounds. Now, here's the thing. I am not losing as much weight as I previously was doing these 90-hour fasts. At this point, it looks like anywhere between 0.6 pounds to 0.8 pounds, and sometimes a little more, but like I'm not really seeing 2 to 3 pound losses. When I first started doing, fasts in general, when I weighed a lot more, when I was up at 220, back in September and October, I would do fasts, and some months I was losing like 22, 24 pounds a month, and those numbers have dwindled. I'm still losing weight, just not at the same rate, but that's to be expected. And for me, I'm okay with that as long as I keep trending downward, as long as I keep losing body fat. I'm not too worried about losing tons of weight at this point because there's not a lot of body fat, excess body fat to lose. I'm just, at this point, I'm just doing what I got to do to get down to like the 10% body fat. I guess that's the number I think I would be happy at, but that's kind of my goal at this point. 130 pounds or around 10% body fat. I really don't know, until I get there. So we'll see. Now, before I get into what I broke my fast with, I have to put this disclaimer out. Just because I do 90-hour fasts doesn't mean you have to do 90-hour fasts. The reason I do 90s, the reason I got to that number is because of months and months of trial and error to see how long I could fast comfortably while losing weight, while eating the way I eat. Because if you are new to this channel, I eat very heavy. I do not eat super clean, and I'm unapologetic about it. I think that's something I have been saying now more often than not. The one thing that a lot of people ask is like, well, why do you eat that way? And it's because I have a hard time controlling how much I eat or what I eat. And that is because for decades, trying to calorie restrict, trying to limit carbs, or trying not to eat this or not eat that has always ended up failing for me. I can do it for a certain extent, and then I'll end up, falling off the wagon. A lot of it, I think, is just they were things that I wasn't able to sustain over time. And doing this, what I've been doing now, extended fasting, is really the only thing that's been working for me almost 9 months long. I want other people to know that there might be alternatives to fasting that might work for you. And while 90 hours might not be your number, because I refeed at about, actually lately it's been around 6,500 calories or even a little more. You might not refeed at that amount. So if you don't, you might be able to fast at a lower number and still lose weight if that's your goal. Anyway, I think I spoke enough here. Let me show you what I broke my fast with. So to break my fast, I started off with a salad, a big bagged salad. I also added chicken to it, and this ended up being 900 calories. And then I had about 20 to 25 Brussels sprouts. This was about 200 calories. And then I went to Taco Bell. I got my usual, which is 2 cheesy gordita crunches and a cheesy roll-up with extra cheese. This was 1,300 calories. And then I also went to Wingstop. I got 10 boneless wings, 5 Louisiana rub, 5 garlic parm, plus ranch, 1,375 cal. And then I went to get Filipino food. I haven't had Filipino food in a minute, so I got palabok, which is kind of like a cold noodle dish, had shrimp in it, had calamari in it, and also had chicharron, which is like ground up pork rind. There wasn't green onion, which I was a little bummed about, but I also had lumpia Shanghai, which is like a smaller version of egg rolls. These were pork egg rolls as well, and this was about 900 calories. And then I had chips and salsa. I didn't have a ton, but still enough for 650 calories. And then 2 bananas for potassium, 210 calories. And then I had a slice of apple pie and also a slice of blueberry pie that totaled out to 1,400 calories. We put all of that together. This was a total of 6,935 calories, and I finished this in 4 hours and 15 minutes. So this is 2 refeeds in a row now where I have eaten close to 7,000 calories, which is crazy to me because I would have thought at this point, being as low as I am in the 130s, that I probably wouldn't be able to put down that many calories in that amount of time, but it's still working, or at least I can still put it down and still lose weight. But here's the thing. So refeed. So on June 6th was my weigh-in, the day after my refeed, and I weighed in at 145 pounds even, which is a 6.4 pound gain. Here is the thing. That gain is on the higher end. Actually, it's probably the highest gain in all 16 of these refeeds. To add on to that, 145 pounds is actually a higher weight that I weighed in than my previous refeed weigh-in. That is an issue. And that's something I'm going to have to take a look at. And it's something I'm going to discuss for episode 17 of Break Fast because, well, I'm about to break my 90-hour fast today. And I will get into that on the next episode, but that isn't a trend that I want to see. It's a very small, trend there. It is 0.4 pounds more than the last 90-hour, than the last refeed, but it's still a trend that I don't want to see. Could it be extra water retention? Maybe. But also, maybe now is the time to start talking about tweaking the diet a bit. I need to do it in a way where I don't feel deprived, where I will end up overeating or taking it out on myself. Like, I've been doing this now for so long that I feel like I can control those feelings. But if I can't, I need to get a hold of that. And it's something that I will share with you guys. But I will say this. The fact that I am ending fast number 17 today, because today is June 9th. The last refeed was on June 6th. The fact that I'm saying I'm breaking today means that I hit goal weight again. So no worries. Like, I was worried when I first weighed in. I was like, oh, that's not good. But I hit goal weight again. And again, I will leave that for the next episode. So I want to put this out there and let you guys know that I really appreciate all the comments, all the questions that come through these videos, and I don't want you guys to stop doing that. So please feel free to let me know how you're doing. It's a good way for you to keep accountable. It's a good way for me to also, stay motivated, stay encouraged to keep aiming, for my goals, and hopefully for you as well. So if you guys haven't already, please feel free to be a subscriber. I post these regularly. If you haven't noticed, there's a whole playlist. If you want to watch them all, I'm starting different series as well, not just about what I break my fast with, but, answering questions, and then a whole fitness thing is coming, but we'll wait for that. But before I go, I also want to point out that I did start a Patreon recently, and honestly, overwhelmingly, a lot more people have signed up to be a patron than I thought. And it really threw me aback because I only advertised it yesterday, and you guys are already signing up, and that support means a lot to me. And I do want to put it out there again. Please do not feel obligated to do so, but if you want to support in that way, it is truly appreciated. It helps me pay for costs of, everything that I'm running, the software and all that kind of stuff. But, if you want to find that link, I'll leave it in the description, or you can go to patreon.com/finally fasting. With that being said, I do want to give a quick shout out to all the new patrons, including the ones that I shouted out yesterday, just because it was so quick. All of this happened really quick. But for Joy Chukwudi, thank you so much. Sorry, I have all the names here. I'm just Lewis Johnson, who just signed up. I believe that was today. Yokasta Castillo. Hopefully I said that right. And also Tim Schumann, who signed up on my other Patreon. But it was all related to this channel. So guys, thank you so much for being new members. Again, I really appreciate the support. I think that's it. Thank you so much, everybody, for the support, for the encouragement, for the inspiration. I hope that, I help you guys too. I mean, I'm assuming that I do, but I feel like this could be a great community where we can share our successes, share the whole ups and downs. And before I go, the one thing I want to point out is it's never a smooth ride. I mean, I had 2 weeks in March that I really fell off the wagon. And that was what got me to start Finally Fasting. That's what got me to start the channel Finally Fasting. I mean, I have been fasting for a long period of time, but starting this channel has helped me get back to where I need to be and hit new personal bests. But at the same time, I feel like maybe it's a way we can grow something that's meaningful, that, we can share our successes and also our failures, because we're human and things happen and life isn't perfect. But, I think the thing that I've been learning over time, over the decades, is you can pick yourself back up and, you can brush it off and you can start again. And at least for me, fasting is the cure to everything that's been, I guess, as far as my eating issues and being obese. Fasting has saved my life. I've said that in the past, maybe not on video, but it's something that I've told myself and I've told people close to me, is that fasting saved my life. And I'm very thankful for that. Anyway, guys, have a good one. Didn't mean to get that emotional. I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.